Welcome to ESPN College Basketball. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. For the 500th consecutive time, it's a sellout crowd here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Miami here in Durham to take on the Blue Devils at Duke. Uncharted waters right now for Duke and North Carolina, both unranked in the middle of the ACC pack, whereas the Canes trying to crash the party along with Clemson, who just beat Duke in Duke's last game. One game out of first are the Canes. Bob Wischusen here with Dick Vitale. Chris Budden is along for the ride as well. It is good to be back with you.
Well, it's great being with you, man. Nothing like it. One of the great venues in all of college basketball.
And these teams always seem to play each other close. An interesting contrast of styles today as well.
Well, Jim Larrañaga's had a lot of success against Duke. There's no doubt about it. He's beaten them 7 times in his career, which is amazing when you think about 12 years only coaching at Miami. But I think the game's going to come down. You get the size. When you look at the size of Duke, can they contain that rebounding ability? And on the other side, a dynamic duo in the backcourt. You're going to love Wong, and you're going to love Pat. They are absolutely sensational, like you, baby, like you. I'm ready to rock and roll.
And, of course, Chris Budden as well. And, Chris, so much of dealing with Duke, dealing with the atmosphere. But, I don't know, Miami's got one player that may not care so much.
Yeah, Norchad Omier, who grew up in Nicaragua, I asked him about playing in this historic building. He said, I don't know much. What should I know? Well, one thing that he's going to need to know is that Jeremy Roach is going to be playing in this game today. Jon Scheyer said he practiced 2 days ago. He will be available after dealing with a toe sprain that he's dealt with all year.
An offensive rebound to start for Jordan Miller, but he missed the flip putback attempt.
Well, Miller's really a versatile player. They're going to need him to give a little rebounding inside. One way to negate those rebounds, make shots. Make shots. Did Jimmy Larrañaga tell us that?
Our starting lineups presented by Kay Jewelers. And you can see Tyrese Proctor out there as a starter for the Blue Devils, leaning in and getting the game's first points. Kyle Filipowski, although getting Jeremy Roach back at some point for whatever minutes, Dick, he can play today is big for Duke.
Well, you know, Roach is a veteran player. He brings that experience. He's got star ability. He was sensational last year at the end of the year. And Filipowski, who scored down there, has been one of the great diaper dandies in the country.
Miller lost the dribble. Right off his own ankles. Taken away by Filipowski. Proctor goes cross court. Tariq Whitehead thought about it and now gives it up.
It's a young basketball team Jon Scheyer has. And Roach gives him that veteran presence. They need him. He's missed the last 3 games.
Ryan Young in the post. Proctor for 3. In and out. Now they did go 2-1 in those 3 games, but he was the stabilizing force they thought they needed to beat Clemson on the road, as today's starting lineups again brought to you by Kay Jewelers for the Canes. Nigel Pack, the Kansas State transfer, very dangerous from behind the arc, as you just saw.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball, but he's really made the transition to play the point guard slot with Wong.
Whitehead answers for 3.
They keep waiting. He shows moments of greatness. Moments. Missed a lot of time earlier in the season, injury, but he is a guy that was rated second at Paul B. and Cardi and our people that do the ratings of high school players, second in America.
Pack does it again.
He can shoot the ball. Hey, his former school's doing pretty good now, Kansas State. Unbelievable, Jerome Tang. He's got to be a leading guy, certainly for National Coach of the Year.
And Chris Budden was in the middle of all of that on Monday night, that win by 1 at home against KU. Muscling it up and getting it to go, plus the foul is Mark Mitchell.
So Mitchell gives them that size also. And if you notice, they're trying to post their bigs because it's not a big team when you look at certainly Miami. There's Mitchell, a little turnaround inside, gets the score. Little inside-out action. You're going to watch a little play right here. Going to go inside, kick the ball out to the open shooter, and Mr. Whitehead's going to splash. Nothing but nylon.
Only shooting 33% from 3 so far this season, but Whitehead can certainly be a better shooter than that. As Mitchell misses the 3-point play opportunity. The foul, by the way, was on Wooga Poplar, his first. Omier Trapped under the basket. Beautiful give up, though, for the Jordan Miller lay-in.
Tell you one thing about Amir, talking about a strong physical presence. I mean, he brings them as a transfer, came out in the transfer portal, and he has been a strength inside. He had 16 and 16 against Syracuse in their last win.
Filipowski, backdoor, hangs from the rim.
Incredible. They're going to get that ball diagonal. Good look right there. They want to attack around that basket.
Wong drives it. Filipowski reached in, knocked it away. Wong got it back. Tough shot. Tipped around. Filipowski with the rebound.
Size really bothered him on the inside.
Foul on Wong.
He got frustrated. That's a foul of frustration. Frustration. Nice diagonal pass. Excellent look right there. Found the open man. You know, you talk about great diaper dandies. I rate Filipowski one of the top two. Number one, you got to give it to the kid down in Alabama. Brandon Miller has been unbelievable.
A takeaway. Proctor defends. Poplar fades away and connects. Looking for a three-point play.
Nice little play by Poplar right there. Anticipated well, got in the passing lane.
Knocked out of bounds by Miller.
You know, I got a kick when I spoke to Jim Larrañaga before the game. As we watch right here, the anticipation. See the top of that passing lane? He's going to go right to the rack, baby. Pulls up now. Cool, turn around, Jay. But Jim Larrañaga said, I said, Jim, how are you going to deal with all that size? He said, Dick, let me tell you something. Talk about dealing with all that size. He said, hey, unbelievable.
Whitehead hits again, and as we were going to that replay, you might have heard the noise in the background. That was the crowd reacting to Jeremy Roach checking in for the first time in 4 games.
Yeah, that's big for them. Whitehead gets a score. But Larrañaga said to me, he said, hey, did they have size last year? Mark Williams, 7-footer. Guy by the name of Banchero, a pretty good player at about 6'10". He said, then you had Wendell Moore. He said, I think we feared, okay, we can't worry about that. Everywhere we go to play, people talk about size, size, size. They're 15-3, baby.
Filipowski called for that foul, so free throws when we come back. What have they been missing without Jeremy Roach? Well, he can move the basketball.
He gives them that leadership. He's such a veteran player, can find open people. He can drive the ball, but most of all, he distributes.
Jeremy Roach, as we said, a toe injury had him sidelined for the last 3 straight Duke games, but practiced just enough this week. And John Shire told us before the game, Dick Vitale, he is not going to be 100% the rest of the season, just the nature of that injury, but they feel like they can manage his minutes and practice time through the rest of the season.
It's a toe injury that's really created a problem, and it's created for a former Duke player as well with the Pelicans. When you think about certainly Brandon Ingram, a great player, he's had a toe injury as well. I tell you, it's tough when you get that. You can't do the things you want in terms of agility. You know, they lost 2 good guards last year in Miami. You think about Charlie Moore, and certainly think of McCusk. I think McCusk, averaged like 17 points a game.
Well, Long has picked up where some of that production has left off from last year. He was added to the Wooden midseason top 25 list.
Also, they're getting the help from Pack as well. And Poplar's a dynamic athlete who has an unbelievable upside. I just want to see him play a little bit better on the defensive end. They pride themselves defensively. Jim Larrañaga got nominated for the Hall of Fame. Just a terrific coach. What he's done at Miami is special.
The
Elite 8, 3 Sweet 16s.
And the last trip that Miami made to Cameron, they came away winners, but then lost head-to-head to Duke in the ACC tournament last year. Both teams go to the bench for the first time as well, with Roach, as you can see, checking in with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Picks up his dribble, and a deflected pass taken away by Poplar. Onto the floor for the first time as well for the Canes, Anthony Walker and Bensley Joseph.
Walker, an experienced player. He's a guy that's been around.
Pack lost his footing and gave it right to Mark Mitchell. Filipowski, spin cycle, just too strong. And then a foul called. A shove Derek Lively. Well, Jim Larenega's done a terrific job at UNC.
Oh, absolutely. Been absolutely sensational. He bought a house in my area. Actually, I could walk to his house in about 2 minutes.
Obviously, Miami pays well.
I tell you what, he's got that as a second home. He's down in Miami. He loves down there.
Are
you insinuating that I spent a lot of money on my house?
If that's his second home, they pay really well.
Hey, win, baby. Win and get a lot of green. Get a lot of green.
Don't have 5 kids and have to send them all to college is also advisable as Dariq Whitehead commits the foul. And they always say, don't be the guy that follows the guy. But Jon Scheyer was trained for this by Mike Krzyzewski. And he is struggling through a season at times with such a young team.
Well, let me tell you this. People, the expectations because they're wearing a Duke uniform, they think they're just going to step on the floor and beat people. This is a young basketball team. I mean, it's dominated by young kids. Time, patience. Everybody wants rewards instantly. If a kid doesn't produce right out of high school with a big reputation, he's a failure. He can't make it. Get real, man. Sometimes it takes a little longer for some people. Took me 35 years to get used to this. 35 years to be patient to wait. And my last 9 years, and it's still now. I still violate every rule of television.
Mark Mitchell commits a hustle foul. As you could see, applause from Jon Scheyer. He did not mind that foul.
Patience right now. He's looking for the high percentage shot. It's one thing that they do well.
Little off-balance drive by Anthony Walker and got it to go.
Well, he spotted the opening in the defense, tacked it, got into the lane. Patience led to points.
In the paint, Lively. Nice move in the post. Off the mark, the tip follow won't go. Tries again. That rolls in.
What a great effort right there. What a great effort by Lively. Incredible. They really said he had a great week in practice. He's a player I'm talking about. People got to be patient.
Pack with another triple, his third already here in the first half.
He came in with a big reputation. NIL was good to him too, I heard. The NIL was good to him.
Lively sets the screen, rolls, finishes!
He was rated #1 in America.
Pack on the drive, eye off the glass, and he'll shoot 2, and he gets banged up. Nigel Pack went down hard as Lively called for the foul. That's his second.
There's Lively working on the inside. Look at his tenacious effort. Look at this effort. He was #1 in the nation because of things like that. You can't teach that jumping ability. Right, finds the opening of defense. Great drive by veteran player Anthony Walker. Little screen and roll right there. The lob up on top. It was Roach, man. Roach with the good vision. Tell you, Lively, man, he was very lively in a few moments he's been on the court. You know, the kid gets so much heat on social media. Oh, he was #1. He was, you know, they looked at him. They saw his incredible things you can't teach. Can't teach 6'11". Can't teach the speed and agility he possesses. And you can't teach his ability to bounce off the floor, his jumping ability.
11 already for Nigel Pack. But to that point, talking to Jon Scheyer before the game, if you're the #1 ranked recruit in America and then you go to Duke, if you don't average 19 and 10 right from the jump, you're a bust.
Yeah.
And, there is no allowance for a player to develop. And not everyone's on the same timeline, but they think his future is every bit as NBA bright as you would think coming in as Roach with a terrific scoop.
What a great move by Roach. He means so much to this team. He's the veteran. He takes all the young kiddies, and he really makes them better players because of the way he can get in the paint with his driving ability.
Miller with the left hand, rolls it off. The rebound pulled down by Ryan Young, gave it away. Pack sets up Miller. Hit the underside of the rim, and a foul called on Ryan Young. So that will put Jordan Miller at the free throw line.
You know, Jordan's really a versatile player. You've seen his versatility. Look at the penetration right here. What a great drive. He can score. He means so much to Duke. He really is their catalyst. They went 2-1 without him, which is really interesting. Plus that game down to Clemson, they were really in control, and Clemson really played well in the last 5 minutes.
And Chris Budden, not only Jeremy Roach coming back with the toe injury today, but Jalen Blake's playing with a mask on his face.
Yeah, he's entering right now wearing a new accessory. He broke his nose in practice, took an elbow to it on Tuesday. That mask was actually made by a former Duke football player, Kevin Gesman. It's a 3D printed, custom to his face. Here's the crazy part. They fixed his nose without ever having surgery, because had he had surgery, they wouldn't have been able to make the mask in time. So Tuesday he said, just fix it. I don't need any anesthesia, just do what you gotta do, because I'm playing on Saturday.
That's amazing.
Anesthesia could knock you for a rock. Trust me, I know how to win.
Well, you're fighting through a tough voice today as well. You had a tough week.
Well, no, not really. Got good news. It was non-cancer, the growth they took out on Wednesday. I was hoping and praying I could be here. This is the best medicine in the world. I thank Dr. Zeitels for his help to make it possible for me to be here today.
Arlen Beverly off to Miller, and now Isaiah Wong, who's been quiet here in the first half. Leans in. That hit the backboard first, and the young rebound.
Hey, Miller may be their best all-around player. Wong's a great scorer, but we talk multiple talents, and he's really a terrific player.
Eddie Walker called for the foul. A 3-point lead for Miami as we approach the midway point of the first half. Those are indeed going to be Sonic blockbusters. That Texas-Tennessee game, you will be there, and that should be some atmosphere.
Can't wait to go down there, especially see Rick Barnes. He's just such a special guy as a coach and as a human being. When I was battling those multiple cancers, every day he was sending me a prayer. Just a great, great person.
And College Game Day will be on site as well. Miami has 11 of their 20 from Nigel Pack. Filipowski steps outside for 3 to tie it up.
You're not going to get many 6'11" guys with his mobility, his ability to go inside, outside. Just a special, special talent who has delivered big time his first year at Duke.
Knocked down 3 of his first 4. Wong only has 1 point thus far. Looking for his first basket. Leans in. Comes up short.
He's actually had some tough shots. He has what you call really high percentage. That was a tough shot there. The angle and the inside.
Wong has missed his first 3. Proctor to Filipowski. He drives it again. Gets shut down but draws the foul. Shot was blocked by Omier.
He does a great job protecting the ball, Filipowski, as he drives to the goal. Omier, a very physical presence. He's a Sun Belt Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. He brings that physicality.
Miller was called for the foul, and coming up next on ESPN, we head to Rupp. Wade Taylor, Texas A&M have won 6 in a row. They take on Oscar Tshiebwe, better known as Mr. Double-Double, and Kentucky this afternoon at 2 Eastern. At Kentucky, win over Tennessee seemed to settle everyone down a bit.
Oh, wow, calmed everybody down. I said before that game, before it even started, come on, man. For a guy that did what he has done at Kentucky, they built statues for coaches. Are you kidding me? What he has done, look at that resume. It's just a matter of time. He can motivate, he can inspire. Tshiebwe, are you serious the other day? 37 points, 24 rebounds. He was like our producer, Kim Bell, when he played at Stanford. I mean, hey, Kim, did I say it the way you told me to say it?
Except Kim did it in a month. Miller in the post around Filipowski. Kicks it back up top for a wide open 3 that rimmed off for Beverly. And then a foul called on Omier. That's his first. We've already had 10 lead changes in the first 10 minutes, but that's normally the types of games that Miami and Duke play.
Well, both clubs, when you talk about real good talent, well coached. I mean, Miami, Jim Larrañaga has been nominated for the Hall of Fame. What he did at George Mason was unreal. And that's where Jordan Miller came from. And with George Mason going to the Final Four was unreal.
Since Jim Larrañaga arrived at Miami, it's only North Carolina and Miami that have beaten Duke 7 times or more.
Carolina has quite a few more than 7.
Proctor knocks it down.
They're really playing well. Duke's getting high percentage shots. Proctor's got a good release. He's a young kid. You know, he reclassified to be able to play, but he could be a high school senior.
An 8-0 run gives Duke their largest lead. There is the George Mason transfer on the offensive glass. Jordan Miller tips in his own miss. He's got 6.
He's got that Stars kind of name. Jordan Miller just has that name. I guess anytime you hear Jordan, you think Star, S-T-A-R. I can even spell it. Maybe I can get into Duke now, graduate school.
Like Wischusen.
No, that can't spell.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't have a star ring to it.
W-I-S-C-H-U-S-E-N.
Oh, you're on scholarship.
Wow.
Really good job. Sealing inside is Young. An easy 2.
Tell you one thing, Young has been a real good post presence coming out of Northwestern. He's been really solid for them from the get-go.
Pack at the elbow. Young the rebound.
Showing a lot of patience today, Duke. Not really forcing shots, controlling turnovers.
Filipowski tried to go behind the back to Young. It was tipped out, though. Looks like Wong got a hand on it, so it will stay with Duke.
Showtime, little showtime. Around the back, little showtime. The place would have exploded. He said, hey, maybe I can do it. What's his name? Magic used to do it. Bird used to do it. The reason I thought of those 2 guys, I watched a documentary recently. The 2 of them was an incredible documentary. Magic and Larry Bird.
They weren't bad. A bullet pass from Young, and that misses, so a Duke turnover.
It's always great coming here. I mean, look at this place. You look certainly when you go to Kansas. It's so special, those unbelievable venues. Go to North Carolina, it's like the Taj Mahal. It's like an unbelievable place just because of the history and the great tradition. Kentucky, same thing. Passionate fans.
Pack the lob. Omier couldn't tip it home. Filipowski with numbers. To Grandison. Errant pass for Young. That's 5 turnovers now for Duke.
2 turnovers in a row.
Omier leans in and scores.
See, he did a great job right now. He saw Young coming over, and he used his body to square his body to the baseline. Hubie Brown, former assistant coach at Duke. People don't realize he was on the staff down here with Chuck Daly. Both were assistants. Guy was the head coach, Vic Bubis. There's a little history for you.
I always learn something. Proctor knocks another one down.
Proctor shoot the ball.
He's got 5.
Hubie used to always talk about square your body to the baseline. Make that drop step, square your body. He's been such a great clinician. Still is. I mean, he just does a great job on the ESPN.
Beverly, a running one-hander, comes up short. And it looks like a foul is going to be called on Ryan Young under the basket. That's his second. 6:51 to go in the first half. Duke by 5, and Jim Larrañaga got some very exciting news delivered by his grandchildren recently. You'll see that when we come back.
Welcome back. Miami got some help from some special kiddos for a message for Coach Larrañaga.
Congratulations, Coach L, on being a Naismith Hall of Fame first-time nominee. We love you, and go Canes!
Hey, is that a joke or is that true?
It is true, Coach. Your grandkids had a message for you. A first-time Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame nominee, one of just 14 active coaches with over 700 victories. Congratulations, Coach, and what a way to find out.
Tell you one thing, it is an unbelievable feeling when you get that call. And Jimmy is a great family man. His wife Liz, I mean, I've gotten to know them well over the years. And just good people.
And a deserved honor Because you have to think someday, if not necessarily on this ballot, he's going to make it when you've done what he's done, not only at Miami, but also at George Mason.
Sometimes it takes a little while. I was on 3 ballots and got 0 for 3. And then finally I went 1 for 4.
You eventually made it into a couple of Halls of Fame, I think.
Oh, man. I got in 2008 with an incredible class. Pat Riley, not bad. Guy named Patrick Ewing, not bad. A guy named Akeem Olajuwon, a lady who's unbelievable, Kathy Rush. Also, Adrian Dantley. What a class that was. I was on the bottom of the ladder in that class.
That foul on Anthony Walker. That's his second. From the corner, off the heel for Proctor.
Tell you one thing, Miami clubs are always prepared. They play hard, they play defense, they execute offensively, and they always very tough to blow them out. They're always in the game.
Or Chad Omier rolls it off the rim, and Filipowski pulls down another rebound.
It was an excellent post move by Omier, just didn't get the ball to go down.
4th rebound for Filipowski. Mitchell through contact, short, gets his own miss. That's off the front rim. It is tough to get a defensive rebound sometimes against Duke, as coast to coast with the finger roll not there, but Omier is able to follow after the Joseph drive. He's got 4.
Omier running the court really well. And this, as you said, with the great offensive rebound. Roach has played about 6 minutes thus far. Number 3 with the ball right now, penetrating.
Ball movement to Whitehead. Nice shot fake. Couldn't kiss it home.
God, he did everything right except score. Miami going for the lead. They've been able to do this without Wong being Wong. He has not broken out yet.
Pack can't connect. We've had 10 lead changes, and neither team has led by more than 5. Roach double teamed. Mitchell bails him out. Proctor for 3. Way too strong.
He had Filipowski down in the post. He had him with the back to the basket. Great post position.
Pack creates space. Another 3.
Man, he can shoot the 3, man. He's got some unbelievable range. He's got an area code jump shot. He can shoot that baby from anywhere.
That's his 4th made 3 here in the first half. He's got 14. And you can see knocked down 5 triples Monday against Syracuse. Roach on the drive. Draws the foul.
Talking about a transfer that's been an impact player. I mean, this kid has come here and has been such a major factor, especially for them losing guys like McCusty and Charlie Moore. I mean, just unbelievable.
To your point, how they missed Filipowski last trip.
Yeah, he's posted up on the inside line. Right there, he's going into the box right in the post, and then look down into him. You got to get the ball into that guy. He's so versatile. You talk about versatility, Filipowski fits that to a T.
That foul was on Omier, his 2nd. A miss at the line for Roach, although talking to John Shire before the game, he mentioned the last 5 minutes against Clemson. He thought Duke basically outplayed them for 35 minutes, but just having that stabilizer, the guy who's been through it before on the road in the ACC, and they didn't have Roach, and he would be that stabilizing factor. They had 5 freshmen on the floor in the closing moments of that game.
You know what I like about John Shire? So positive. Really, if you can't like this guy and really want him to succeed, something's wrong. Same with down to Hubert Davis in Carolina. They both bleed their certain colors. You gotta look at these games right here. NC State was an embarrassment, though. They were down 44-22 at the half. Could not believe it.
Joseph gives it up, and a foul called on Young. That is his 2nd.
You know, a lot of people before the season started said ACC is down. I'm going to tell you one thing. Kevin Keats has done a great job. You look at NC State, and now look at Clemson, look at Wake Forest. We know Carolina.
And look at these Canes as well.
They're going to be really dangerous.
Kevin, we've got a 1-point game. Miami looking to extend their lead as they've got A.J. Casey at the free throw line shooting the 1-and-1.
Kevin does a great job, man, in the studio. He works his butt off. He really does. Hey, I look to my left. I know we're in great shape. I look to my left, right past you, Mr. Madrill. He's been 41 years doing this. And what you said before, he has probably seen over 500 games, Carolina and Duke.
No doubt.
Not,
Well, he said
against each other.
he has been in person to 80.
Big John's in the house.
Yeah, right here. He's been in person to 80 Duke Carolina head-to-head games.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's worth so many men. People would die to be a part of that.
Filipowski muscles his way into the lane and gets shut down. And he is shaken up a little bit as Filipowski comes away with a little bit of a limp. Plenty of news and notes, though, Chris Button in the ACC.
Yeah, particularly in the state of Carolina. Duke and UNC are not ranked in the top 25. The last time that was happened, 2021. And Dick, this season has the making around college basketball to just be a wild season with no teams really taking over like the top 5 spots.
It's a great point, Chris. There's no doubt about it. It's going to be a wild March Madness. It's going to be mayhem down there. Another thing about Jon Scheyer, so we're going to get better and better. Our young players are going to get better and better.
Duke has missed 7 in a row. Roach tries to break the streak and does.
Nice having that catalyst. Nice having that veteran with the ball in his hands. Today to win big, you need great point guard play. Someone that can make plays when the team is struggling. And Jeremy fits that to perfection.
Joseph connects.
He can stroke the 3.
Finally someone other than Nigel Pack hitting one from outside. Filipowski does not get the roll that close to a chance for a 3-point play. And you know, while we have a chance, Dick Vitale, let's raise some money for kids battling cancer.
Wow, we got a new one here. We sold out the one so quick. The demand was so great on a new Porsche. We raffled off a white one. Now we got a silver one. Beautiful. All the money goes to V Foundation. You can get this right now. Don't waste time because we're going to sell it out quickly. 2,000 chances, $100 per chance. All the money to help kids battling cancer. Just go to v.org/Vitale Raffle. v.org/Vitale Raffle. Or you can go to dickvitale.com if that's easier. You can get it there as well. Hey, you're going to get one. I know you're going to get one.
Can't you see me in that Porsche with the winds billowing through my hair?
I don't have to worry about the hair, dude. I don't have to worry about that.
Neither do I.
I think Chris Button would look great in that.
Yes, that's a Chris Button car. You're exactly right. I'll buy the chance for her.
I'm going to buy me a couple raffle tickets. Sit in that building, see if I win one.
All right, buy me one. Joseph the follow. Missed a couple of times. Filipowski cleans up.
Joseph, real good quarterback with good basketball skills.
Roach, offensive foul. Lowered his shoulder and went right in to Wooga Poplar. And Sunday we'll have an ACC women's basketball matinee on ABC and the ESPN app. Diamond Johnson leads number 20 NC State against Haley Van Lith and Louisville. Should be a good one. Coverage begins at 1 Eastern.
The Louisville people are there for years. Their coach has done a great job, terrific job. It's really sad what's happened there to the men's program. I mean, I don't understand why they didn't go out and get some players in terms of the transfer portal and improve their roster. I mean, they got a great staff there. You showed great communication and believe it, a lot of people. When you look at Kenny Payne, Danny Manning, Nolan Smith, former outstanding player here at Duke. They got to really revamp and get some real talent playing, compete in this league.
Whitehead, fade away. Short, offensive rebound, Lively. That won't go. The back tap finds its way to Grandison. That sets up a Roach 3, and he connects.
Roach is the beneficiary, but the big guys inside kept the ball alive. They did all the dirty work, and he got an open look, and he made it count. And the Cameron Crazies love it. Look at them. My grandsons are in there. My grandsons are Cameron Crazies.
Back a step back. That's short. Another Lively rebound, and a chance for Duke to retake the lead.
He's really calm, cool, collective guy. He's a 3C man. Calm, cool, and collective. And I'm going to tell you something. Lively has been lively in the few minutes he's played.
Filipowski, that's way short. Hopler shovels one underneath. And the bank shot is good for A.J. Casey. And Miami opens up a 3-point lead with under a minute to go here in the half.
Nope.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds and come right back to Cameron.
Reducing blur and glare. Clearing away rain at just the right angle. Bosch Night Performance wiper blades are so adapted to the dangers of driving on stormy nights. It's almost as if those who drive with them are too.
You ever seen a night like this?
Oh, I see all kinds of things.
Night vision has evolved. Bosch Night Performance wiper blades.
Back here at Cameron Indoor Stadium, sold out for the 500th consecutive time. As we take a look at today's Wendy's Wooden Watch, a couple of North Carolina Tar Heels on the list. There is Filipowski joining that group from Duke. Isaiah Wong, part of 5 players to make the ACC list as far as the midseason top 25 for the Wooden Award is concerned.
Really deserving all of them, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's been tough to beat the kid, the little guy down at Purdue. I mean, he's been a consistent. I think he's got like 10 or 11 straight double-doubles, dominating defensively, offensively, and the reason the Boilermakers are having such a great year, and that's Zach Edey.
See if Duke tries to go 2 for 1. We've got 45 seconds to go in the half. Roach, nice shot fake to the corner, the extra pass, and the 3 goes down for Jacob Grandison.
See, he provides that leadership ability. He made the extra pass, and it almost created off the triple threat position. The little ball fake freed him to get the good look to the corner. He's a big plus. Having him back is a major asset for Duke.
And a perfectly executed 2 for 1 as well, back in 30 seconds.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
How many times you always hear about the extra pass? Right here, watch the little ball fake. Look at that fake. Oh, he left some on the ground. And there's the ball to the corner. And it's, well, you always leave something on the ground. Oh, and there's the jumper, the big jumper. Thank you, Mr. Roach. Oh, are they happy he is back?
15 Duke baskets in the first half, 13 of them off assists, and we are tied at 38.
It's been a great time. I've been here since Thursday, man. I've been here Thursday.
It's been a good week for the entire Vital family here at Duke, right?
Well, my grandsons had a big tennis match last night. Played Memphis, a very good Memphis team. They were in the NCAAs last year. And my stomach was churning big time. And they pulled it out. I was so happy and pleased to see my grandsons help the team by each winning their match. So it was really great after. I'm going to go tomorrow and play in top 10 or top 12 Harvard tomorrow in tennis.
Back for 3. And the long rebound. Pulled in by Whitehead, and a chance for the final shot of the half for Duke.
Nice for the game now like this. We'd love a kind of game.
Grandison for 3. And we are tied at halftime.
Got 11 minutes out of Roach, and they've been 11 positive minutes. And I'm going to tell you, we're not showing the stat sheet. I thought Derek Lively was very active for them, too.
Now, Roach returning certainly has made a big difference as we go down to Chris Button.
Coach, this went back and forth all game. What have you seen out of your guys early?
Hard-fought game. Played well. They're really good. It's going to be a 40-minute game.
What is Jeremy Roach giving you in his return today?
Yeah, Jeremy, for us, his poise and presence on the floor, he's been in these games. He's shaking off some rust still, but the fact that he's out there says a lot about him and the boost it's given our team.
Do you have any idea how much you can get out of him in the second half?
We'll see. We'll squeeze whatever we can, but everybody needs to step up. Thought we played a good half. Need to finish possessions and really value the ball on offense.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Tied at 38 at the half. As we head back for the halftime report and check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, Bob.
We are back at Cameron Indoor Stadium, set for the start of the second half. Duke and Miami tied at 38. Bob Wischusen here with Dick Vitale and Chris Budden, and the return of Jeremy Roach has been big for Duke.
Well, Jeremy Roach went down. Look at him reading the defense. Good observation. How he sees that gut. See the lane right there? You put a truck through it. Watch. They reverse the ball to him, and they get it over to him, and he is going to attack that gap. He's going to take that seam. There he goes. Look at him hanging in the air, twisting and turning just like you. Oh, yeah. Now watch this. Watch a great ball fake. Freezes the defender. Great vision. Finds the open man. But the reason we're 38-38 is the tenacity, the relentlessness. Oh, man, they're so relentlessness. It's unbelievable when you look at Miami. Oh, we're on the air. Oh, well,
we are.
Oh, I can't believe I'm on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, is this really on TV?
Yes, it's your first
Wow.
time, I understand. Try to control
Wow.
yourself. Hey, Duke started 12 of 17 from the field. They finished 3 of their final 14 to end the half. Did you see a tightening of the defense on the Miami end?
Well, I'll tell you this. I think one of the keys is also Miami done a great job in defensive transition. As John Madry pointed out to me, it's amazing. Duke has had 0 fast breaks and also 6 turnovers by Miami, 0 points out of Duke. Yet we're 38-38, and we got Wong certainly with 1 point. I think Wong will break out in the second half.
He was largely invisible in the first half, missed 3 in the lane, and then checked out, only played 10 first half minutes.
Well, they got certainly depth at the guard spot.
And that time a good challenge on the miss.
Good rebound by Amir. He gets great position inside. Big screen by Amir.
Wong still can't hit.
He got a good shot right there because he utilized the screen, the ball screen really well from Amir. I mean, to be tied with him getting 1 point is a big plus, wide open.
Proctor knocks it down off the feed from Filipowski.
Filipowski with the great size, looks right over the top of the defense, and he makes the great pass.
Omier with the left hand draws the foul.
You know, you got to remember this when you talk about Proctor from Australia. Incredible. He should be right now in high school. And here he is playing in a big-time, elite-level basketball.
And that's the 3rd foul on Ryan Young.
That means Lively becomes a key player. Coming off the bench, if he gets in foul trouble like this, he's going to keep Young on the floor. Let's take him out.
So Lively back in.
Hey, I was coaching there. See that?
Very good.
Lively, yeah.
It was almost like they were listening to you.
Not bad for 83. Miami makes a play 5-on-5. They really do a great job with that defense.
That contested jumper won't go for Whitehead. It bounces to Filipowski. That's rejected. He'll try again. Knocks it in.
Size, size, and size. That was the big concern that I spoke to Jimmy Larinaga on the phone and before the game here today.
Let's go down to Chris Budden.
And Dick, it's the same thing that Coach Larinaga told me at halftime. We knew that Duke's size was going to be an issue for us, and there wasn't much we could do. What he was proud of is the offensive effort and the tenacity to be able to match them bucket for bucket. He said this second half's going to come down. Whoever wins this one is who's ever able to take their defense to the next level.
I like that, Chris. She's a rising star in this business.
Rising? She's already there.
Yeah, she's already there? I would say she's young, you know. Look, Chris doing a great job in all sports. She loves tennis, too. Husband was a great tennis player at Tennessee.
Filipowski just picked up his 2nd foul. Before that, it was Lively picking up his 3rd. So some foul trouble potentially in the front court for the Blue Devils. Only 90 seconds gone by in the second half.
And that's their big assets. They don't want to lose those guys.
Amir wants it. Now he sets the screen, and Wong instead gets Lively caught on a switch. He'll drive it and kick it out. And it sets up a wide open three that's connected on by Jordan Miller.
You know, Miller gets the deuce right there. This is an area where he has really improved. Isaiah Wong has improved big time finding open people. There's a tendency when you're a big-time scorer like him, you're a little frustrated not scoring.
Lively finishes on the offensive glass.
Can't teach that, sir. Can't teach that. You can work all day long, and I can work all day long. We can't get over a telephone book. I mean, that bouncing off the floor like a Spalding little pink ball. Remember that? Spalding balls?
Sure.
I used to play with them all the time.
Poplar had a tough time, but eventually the ball bounces to Jordan Miller, and he's got 12, and we're tied again.
Jordan Miller showing we talked about earlier. He's a potential All-ACC player. Came out of George Mason, school that was so good for Jim Larinaga, and he was so good for George Mason.
Filipowski lost it on the spin. Proctor finds it. Nice shot fake by Whitehead. Lost the dribble, though. It's a tie-up, and a little extra something from Homir. And the officials jump in to make sure it does not escalate beyond that. It's a held ball. The arrow belongs to the Blue Devils, I believe. It does.
Here's a kid that was rated #1 preseason coming out of high school. Lively. Watch him work on the glass now. There he is in the dunk. Man, he just bounced off that floor. He just bounced off. Mr. Miller says, well, you get a deuce, Lively, and I'm going to knock down a three. So three's better than two, and you don't have to go to Harvard to figure that out.
And the arrow did belong to the Canes, so here is Wong. 3 minutes gone by in the second half. Miller has had the hot hand. This time he'll drive it, and the reverse is good. 14 for Jordan Miller.
He's been really impressive. Just smooth on that drive. You saw him shoot the three. And I'm going to tell you, an unsung hero right now for Duke. Mitchell doing a great job on Isaiah Wong, playing the big guy to check him.
Miller's got 8 in a row for the Canes. Proctor picks up his dribble, hounded by Pack. 7 to shoot. A long three, that's an air ball. Filipowski will save it. Back to Whitehead, but the shot clock winding down. He'll try one from midcourt and bank it in.
Timmy B would say, the bank is open, baby. And the Cameron Crazy jump with joy. Oh, man, you talk about Hail Mary time. Get the rosary beads out.
That three from Dariq Whitehead gives Duke the lead back.
We got to go up, buddy.
Miller, spin move. That's rejected. As Lively pinned it up against the glass. Mitchell, the other way.
Oh,
foul call. Offensive foul. They give Wong position in the charge. I would say Mark Mitchell might be surprised as he picks up his second.
Tell you one thing, what about Lively? What about Lively? Physicality, baby, be tough. Homir says, I'm tough. Now watch this here. Oh, unreal. Banking off that glass. Oh, look at the shot blocked by Lively. Lively is so live today.
Three, that's an air ball. Filipowski will save it. Back to Whitehead, but the shot clock winding down. He'll try one from midcourt and bank it in.
Timmy B would say, the bank is open, baby. And the Cameron Crazy jump with joy. Oh, man.
That'll get the Cameron Crazies going.
The Cameron Crazies love any kind of action. That certainly brings them out of their seat. You know what's amazing here? Miami is only committed 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers. Just incredible. Unbelievable. None in the last 19 minutes. And that's what keeps you in the game. And Wong has really struggled.
8 turnovers for Duke. But we have had 5 ties and 14 lead changes. And Duke, this is the definition of a back-and-forth game.
Duke little matchup zone playing right now. That little matchup zone. Interesting.
All of this for the Canes as well, with Wong only 1 point, looking for his first basket. And that is snatched away by Filipowski. He just can't score.
He was 1 for 8 against Syracuse as well. The last 2 games, it's been struggle city for superstar. Isaiah's been super all year long. I mean, despite these numbers, this game and the game in series, he's averaging 17 a game.
Roach into the lane. Grandison to the corner. He's going to have to put one up now. Got it!
He can do that. He came here with that reputation.
Both teams shooting very well from three-point land. Not even in the second half as much as the entire game. The Canes are 7 of 11 from three, and Duke 8 of 15.
I don't think the Canes are going to win this game unless Wong starts to get going offensively.
Hopler from the elbow. No. Lively the rebound.
But Lively's been really productive. He really has. Kid has taken a lot of heat, a lot of criticism. People want instant gratification. He's such a schoolboy sensation. You watch that kid next year, he's going to be a special player.
He's got 6 points and 6 rebounds. And he sets the screen here. Proctor away from it.
He likes to screen and roll to the goal and throw the lob up to him because he's got the great bounce off the floor.
Shot clock at 4. Proctor caught on the baseline. Grandison again. Does not get the roll. And Norchad Omier was able to haul in the rebound. Pack penetrates with the left hand. Can't finish.
They're going to get some open looks for Pack from the perimeter.
Good hands by Miller to knock away the pass. Roach was looking for Grandison in the corner. And our big Monday ACC Big 12 doubleheader on ESPN and the app begins in Blacksburg as Duke takes on Virginia Tech at 7 Eastern. Then we'll take it to Waco for Keontae George and number 21 Baylor squaring off against Jalen Wilson and number 2 Kansas. It will be a big Monday as we're back in a moment.
Take a look right here. Wow, Reggie Johnson, the big guy. The wide body was dominant in that game. It was the first time that Miami ever beat Duke in Durham. He had 27 and 12. He was the real all-wide body. And man, he rocked and rolled that day. Incredible. Hey, look about this. 7 and 8 is an incredible record when you think about since he's been at Miami, Jim Larrañaga.
Well, look at the combined record against Duke and North Carolina prior to his arrival, 4 and 31. If they beat Duke today, a 500 record since the arrival of Jim Larrañaga in Coral Gables back in 2011, 2012.
Incredible. His son, by the way, is a pro assistant. He used to be with the Celtics for years. Now he's with Ty Lue down there with the Clippers. Jay Larrañaga.
Filipowski muscles it up. End it.
He just knows how to play. He knows how to take advantage of his ability. He can step out and make threes. He can go in the box. He is a special, special talent.
The largest lead for either team. Duke by 6. Going down hard is Poplar. And he'll be whistled for a traveling call. Only the 3rd Miami turnover of the day.
Jimmy going to his bench, Wong on the sideline. It's been a struggle city for Wong. And he was the focus in our sitting down and analysts with Mr. Shire. He was the focus about them in terms of worrying about how they're going to control him.
He's on the bench with 1 point. Of course, he averages close to 17 a game.
That's the best way to control him. Get the coach to have him take him out of the game.
Filipowski in the post.
Double up on him. Oh, nice fake.
Proctor steps in for 2. That's short. Now, the word was on Wong, by the way, that he wasn't feeling 100% this morning. So maybe it's just literally the ill effects of not being 100% physically. But he has not been himself today. Filipowski with the rejection. Stands his ground again. Miller can't hit for 3.
He comes down with the rebound. Mr. Filipowski. He wants to screen and roll. He likes to roll to the goal. Oh, he missed.
Roach at the free throw line. Yes.
Roach kept getting better and better. Last year, remember talking to Mike Krzyzewski, said he changed the look of our team. When he came in, he started earlier, lost his starting job, didn't pout, didn't sulk, got back, did it. Proved that he should be playing, and he did a great job.
Good drive by Nigel Pack to break up a 10-0 Duke run and keep this a 6-point game. 16 in the game for Nigel Pack.
They don't go away, man. They're physical, they're tough, they're tenacious. They got that winner's mentality. It's all part of coaching. Nice curl move right there.
Roach, same shot, fading away this time.
Tell you, is he important to this team? You're seeing it right here today. You're seeing today the unbelievable value he brings to the Duke basketball team. And they love it. Look at him jumping up and down. Almost 1,500 on the SATs. Perfect scores on the SATs. Future doctors, lawyers, you name it. The crowd is filled with it.
Jeremy Roach, perfect, 5 for 5. A block by Lively. Miller on the recovery.
It's Miller with an offensive rebound. And they didn't expect to get too many offensive rebounds. But they're so aggressive.
16 for Miller in double figures for the 13th consecutive game for the Canes.
Versatility. Nice step, good hedge. Double team.
The spin move by Roach. Fouled on the floor. It's a 6-point lead for Duke on top of Miami midway through the second half here at Cameron. Can they hold off the tropical depression? We'll find out.
What drives me to be a better player, I'll say, is my family. My family, they show me hard work every day, and I just want to be the best version of myself. The way they put the work in and trying to help me out through my career, it just helps me want to work harder throughout the days and throughout the nights and struggles, and I just want to overcome the struggles and be the best I can.
Isaiah Wong, one of the mid-season top 25 for the Wooden Award, but 9 points against Syracuse, and again, not feeling 100% today. Only 1 point, no field goals. And it's tough to win Dick Vitale without him.
Absolutely, but it's also tough to play at your best level when you're not feeling good. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he had a little problem also in that Syracuse game.
Lively gathers. Got rejected, but a foul called inside on the Whitehead putback attempt.
Good play. They tried to throw that little lob up on top to the Bill ability of Lively. Look at this. He meets him right up there. Wow.
More Chad O'Meara with the block, but then Bensley Joseph with his first foul. That'll put Dariq Whitehead at the line.
Tell you one thing, the transfer portal's been good to Jim Larrañaga in Miami. O'Meara, and you think about Pack, they've been some plus players now. See, he lost a lot last year. We talking about Moore, McCusty. We're talking about losing also Wartenberg, the big guy. He was a different kind of inside player than when you look at O'Meara. He's got structured defense, shoot the three.
And again, last season, as you could see, there were only 9 Division I teams that didn't have a player to enter the portal, and Jim Larrañaga's Canes were one of them. So obviously he sets up an atmosphere where once players arrive, they don't want to leave.
Good chemistry, good teacher.
Miller, double team. Wide open Joseph. In and out, a tip followed by O'Meara, won't go. Miller looking for the offensive rebound, but eventually it was snatched away by Jacob Grandison.
Grandison with some positive minutes off the bench with that big three in the first half.
Mitchell had his pocket picked by Pack. A block by Lively on the drive by Bensley Joseph. And then Pack couldn't hit. Joseph the offensive rebound. Pack left alone. And that's a dodged bullet for Duke.
Wow. Shots, got to make shots. And Jimmy tells us that the key is that's not really the game. So difficult to figure out. Don't turn the ball over, make shots, play defense, you're going to win. That's a pretty good philosophy.
Here's a shot and a miss for Roach. Gets his own miss, leans in, can't hit. Offensive rebound, Lively. That comes up short. The tip follow rolls off. And eventually, Nigel Pack comes up with the rebound.
Didn't take advantage of their size right there in that offensive rebound. And Lively. Could have given them a nice little cushion. 10-point lead.
Back on the drive, the reverse, rejected by Lively.
I tell you, Lively's going to reinforce in this game.
5 blocks for Duke. Mitchell, short. Omier pulls it down.
Shot selection. They're going to get good shots here.
Miller. Yes! They needed that one badly, and Miller knocks another one down.
That's big. That gives you a little momentum. Nothing like the three-point shot to give you that lift. That psychological lift. Oh, wow. What a psychological lift. Yes, Mr. Miller time.
And Duke will call a timeout. Miller with 19. And again, let's raise some money for kids battling cancer. Dick, your gala coming up again in May, and be raffling off some automobiles.
Well, the gala's going to be terrific. I just got a text from Patrick McEnroe. His brother's going to be somebody people we honor. But get this car, man. Get a chance. Just go to v.org/Vital Raffle. $100 and win a silver Porsche. Come on, man. A Porsche. Wow, we run the dealer and buy one.
We return with today's Game Track brought to you by Sargento. It's been a relatively clean game. Duke has moved the ball well. They have the advantage on the glass, but on the road, down by 5. Basically without Isaiah Wong, Miami is hanging right in there.
Hanging in there real tough, but they didn't come here to hang in there, Jimmy. Larrañaga's not about moral victories, man. He's about winning. And, you know, Duke's got the advantage on the glass. We expected that. But Duke's done a great job passing the ball with high percentage shots.
And Wong back in ties up Roach, so we'll see if in the last 8 minutes maybe Isaiah Wong can find it.
You know, 19 assists on 23 goals. It's really terrific. And Duke has done a great job passing the ball.
Duke is part of our ACC quadruple header next Sunday over on the ACC Network. They will take on Georgia Tech in a game that will tip at 3 Eastern. And here is Wong the other way for Miami. Under 8 minutes to go. 5-point game. Wong has Filipowski on a switch. Thought about a step back 3 and gave it up.
Talk about his size.
Joseph tries a 3. Filipowski working on his 9th double-double of the season. 13 points and 13 rebounds for Kyle Filipowski.
Pretty good day's work. He's down in the post, loves to get the ball down the side.
With the left hand, another offensive rebound. Tries again, that won't go.
Maybe use his left hand. I told you earlier, they can't win the game unless Wong gets him some point production. Said that early in the game.
13 of the last 19 here in the second half, with Omier on the reverse not going, have come courtesy of Jordan Miller. So Omier and Wong, what they have lacked on the offensive end, Miller has done his best to pick up.
It's amazing they're only down 5.
Omier has 5 points. Wong has a single point. And yet Miami's right in the game.
Well, they've done a great job with Miami controlling any kind of running game by Duke.
Proctor can't hit the 3. Jordan Miller the rebound.
Duke's not been able to get up and down in transition.
Wong for 3. There's his first bucket.
Finally hit one, man. That's going to make him feel good. And look how big that is. Gets it down to a deuce. Isaiah Wong's had a terrific year. He's had an all-conference year. Talking about the great guards in the conference, he has to be right in that group.
Roach drives the baseline. Gets it to go. Tough finish for Jeremy Roach in traffic. He's got 14.
Well, certainly the training staff has to get a lot of credit getting him ready for the game. Because they don't win this game without Mr. Roach. They may not win it with him, but they don't win it without him.
Omier right at Lively. Jump hook, no. Miller, the offensive rebound.
Is he really multi-talented?
Timeout call by Miller. Filipowski had him trapped.
I understand why Jimmy Larrañaga was really raving about him on the phone with me.
7th rebound for Miller to go along with 19 points. And Miami down to 1 timeout left with 5:38 remaining. So Jim Larrañaga, in terms of at least when he can control a stoppage of things and the crowd starts to get involved, interesting to see how he'll use that final timeout. Well, Dick, you said earlier that they can't win unless Isaiah Wong gets it going. Maybe this does get him going.
Oh, he's got to feel so good. He's got to feel so good. Feels like an unbelievable 1,000 pounds off his back. You got to believe it. You're a big-time scorer. Mentally, the frustration that builds up by not being able to help your team. Take a look right there. Two for his last 14. Take the common denominator, that's 1 for 7.
Man, it's almost like you were smart enough to go to Duke.
Hey, no. I couldn't spell Duke, and they gave me the D, and they gave me the E, and I screwed it up.
I know, you spelled Wischusen before. I give anyone props for that.
It's going to be a big game on a home court to get a win here at John Shire. It would be a tough, heartbreaking loss to lose this game after playing well. And remember, this Clemson, they played well. In the last 5 minutes, they lost the game.
They didn't have Roach for those last 5 minutes. They have him today. Wong forces one.
That was a bad shot, man. Bad shot.
And the shot clock was winding down, but it still had about 5, maybe 6 seconds on it. Yeah. So certainly plenty of time to unload the basketball and get a better look than that. Filipowski rolls. Roach out to Proctor. He's got it!
Tell you, Roach, what a distributor. What a distributor. You get open, he's going to find you. Every possession now getting bigger and bigger for Miami. That zone defense has been a big plus for them here in the second half.
Tough shot across the lane. Omier. An offensive rebound off the Walker miss. Keeps it alive. Wong for 3. Yes!
Wong gets it on 3, but you know what? You better run down there and credit Omier. Omier laying on the floor, diving for the ball. Made that happen for his teammate. They're going to get a defensive stop. They're going to go to Filipowski. See how he gets a triple threat position. All the Duke kids catch, face, they can drive, they can shoot, they can pass the ball.
Roach, contested baseline jumper, won't go. And Jordan Miller has the rebound. Anthony Walker, line drive 3 from the corner, won't go.
Proctor's going to be a really good player here at Duke. You got to remember, Duke didn't play in high school. Should be in high school. Reclassified. Talking about young. Two-man game up here, ball screen.
Proctor to Grandison. Filipowski lost it to Wong. First to the floor, Filipowski along with Wong. Young keeps it alive, and I think draws a foul on Omier.
Tell you what, then, you got guys diving, hustling. The crowd's got to appreciate that, man. That's how you win basketball games.
That's the third on Omier.
It's a trademark of Mike Krzyzewski's teams for years. Coach K had him playing unbelievable, physical, intense basketball. Look at the hustle. Look at the hustle. Wow, this is what's the NFL. This is the playoffs in the NFL. Look at them diving, hustling. Oh, do they want it? Passion.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Finally, we get the good-looking Vitale on television.
No, she's talking to the coach who was dancing back. That's Ramsey Smith, the tennis coach. Dad was unbelievable. That's Stan Smith, and that's my son-in-law with the blue hat Duke hat on. Thomas Krug played quarterback at Notre Dame, back up to Ron Powers.
Well, now he's got your grandsons playing tennis here.
And now he's a judge. And my grandson's got a big match tomorrow.
Ryan Young to the baseline, rolls off the rim, and Isaiah Wong has come alive. He grabs the rebound, he's hit a couple of threes, and he is a big reason why Miami is still in this game.
Also, their tenacity defensively has kept them in the game. Defensive transition. Duke hasn't been able to get out and break.
Omier through a double team. Plus the foul!
He really is a big plus player. What a positive force. His coach was bragging about him to me, saying, you know, he was player of the year. He was defensive player of the year as well in the Sun Belt Conference. Look at him down here, strong, tough. Talk about tenacious, the old-fashioned way of getting free.
Tyrese Proctor picked up the foul. Chris Budden.
Omier did not even grow up playing basketball, grew up playing baseball in his home in Nicaragua. And that's when he got discovered. A car driving by said, you need to start playing basketball. He did for 3 weeks, was able to join on a team, and it's changed the culture in his hometown. Little kids now playing hoops because they watch him. So it's amazing to see the influence this sport has had back home.
Well, the first ever player from Nicaragua to attend a Division I school on a basketball scholarship. Wow. And back home, he has certainly been a big influence. As again, Chris mentioned, began his career as an athlete growing up playing baseball.
Baseball was loved it, but now they love that he went to basketball down in Miami. I know right now Prime 112 tonight will be rocking and rolling if Miami can get a win. Miles Chaston, my guy, Miles. It's a great, great place that brings all the celebrities. Have you been there, Prime 112?
I'm waiting for you to take me.
Well, we got to go there.
Yeah. Miami with the foreign flavor, as you can see. They have four different countries represented on the roster besides the U.S.
That's certainly big in college sports. Last night, the Memphis, Tennessee tennis team did not have one player from the USA, from all over the nation. If you can play, they can find you.
The foul was called on Jordan Miller, his second, but they also wanted to make sure that Filipowski took that little shot from Omier and there was nothing there, and it looks like they have come away with nothing off of that.
We also take a little peek at the time situation to make sure that's working. Tell you what, we haven't even mentioned the referees. They've done a solid job. Guys get so maligned so many times. I don't know, he got a little touch there. But then again, we didn't feel it. He looks okay right here.
You're giving Kyle the benefit of the doubt?
We don't know. You know, we can easily say it.
The officials didn't.
It's Oscar time. We can say that, you know.
He missed the.
What do you think?
Wong gave it up at midcourt, stopped by Roach. And then a foul called, it looks like on Miller.
I thought he got fouled on the three. But again, we're down here. I got one eye. Those guys got 6 eyes between them, the 3 refs.
That's Miller's third. Duke is 2 for their last 15 from the floor. And that has allowed Miami to get back in it.
And that was the same thing in that Clemson game. The last 5 minutes, they could not close it out. Clemson made all the big plays. But this time, as you said earlier, Bob, really well. They got Mr. Jeremy Roach on the floor.
Filipowski, size advantage in the post, to his left, gets hammered, and he will go to the line.
All those little ball fakes he has on the inside. He's got all the tricks of the trade for a young kid.
Jordan Miller's 4th, so he's picked up 3 fouls in the last 2 trips down the floor for Duke.
Watch this now. Watch him operate tight. He fakes it over the left shoulder, and he comes back the other way. There he is right there. You talk about multi-talented. Some great impact freshmen. I said earlier, Brandon Miller's been the most impact freshman for the Crimson Tide down in Alabama, and he's right behind him to me.
Coming up next on ESPN, we head to Rupp Arena. Wade Taylor and Texas A&M have won 6 in a row. Oscar Tshiebwe, Mr. Double-Double. And Kentucky, today's opponent. It's an SEC matchup at 2 p.m. Eastern as soon as we're done here at Cameron.
Well, Kentucky certainly with that big win over Tennessee. Then they really struggled first half. I think they were down like 8-9 against Georgia. Second half, they were sensational. And Oscar Tshiebwe did not let them lose. 37-24.
15 and 14 for Filipowski, leading all freshmen in America with 9 double-doubles. Under 2 minutes to go. Omier
mismatch.
Muscles it up, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Smart basketball. Had a mismatch down there in the post area. He had Roach on him. Roach could not handle him. Had to follow him. He's calling for the ball down in the post area. Look at the big guy. He says, come on, give me the rock. Give me the rock. Give me the rock. This guy can't handle me. Come on, man. I got so much size and strength over here. They're lucky he didn't convert and have another three-point attempt. Now he's going to at least make the free throws.
That's the second foul on Jeremy Roach. Way short with number 1.
So the foul was a good foul. Good foul, because he was in position to score. Free throw shooting so important, just like in football, special teams. You want to make those free throws, man, especially when you get down to winning time.
1 of 2 at the line, 9 points for Norchad Omier. And it's a 2-point game.
Roach is not, right now he's going to get the ball. Actually, he wanted to have the ball late in the game.
Grandison thought about a 3, 5 to shoot. He'll drive it instead. Gets caught in the lane, forces it up, rolls it off the rim. And Omier's got the rebound. A chance for the Canes to tie or take the lead.
Certainly, Bob, that's the kind of shot you want. In possession, that was a forced shot. Here comes the Cameron Crazy trying to get the defense really pumped up. This would be a heartbreaking loss for the young kids at Duke if they lose at home to Miami.
Pack double team, drives it, floats it, can't score. The rebound, caroms out to Miller, Pack to the corner. A 3 on the way that rolls off for Bensley Joseph. Another offensive rebound. Omier leans in. That's too strong. A lot of contact. No call, and Duke's got the ball.
Call your friends up, this baby going right down the wire. What a great effort on the inside. They just couldn't score.
Timeout, Blue Devils.
Blue Devils with a tough defensive stand. Jimmy, I know these kids battled and battled and battled. Battle like you can't believe on the inside. Watch this right here. Ball bounces off. Here we go. Dive into the floor. Baseline 3. Doesn't go down. Pick up the loose ball. Split the defense. Go up strong and we go in. Oh, man. Fighting and playing with such pride and passion. Give me the college game, man. The pride and passion the kids play with is so unique and so special.
It's free throws the rest of the way. Each team has a timeout left. The arrow belongs to Miami, but Duke's got the ball, and we've got about a 12-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
I'm going to tell you this. I would put the ball in Roach's hands. Initially, you throw it to someone like Proctor and then get it over to him. You want the experienced player. He's been there for moments like this.
It seems like their best possessions have been ball movement, and then at some point, with somewhere between 8 and 10 seconds left on the shot clock, it gets back to Roach. And this is exactly the element that John Shire told us they didn't have and missed so badly in the closing moments against Clemson.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, he said, without Roach, really struggling. Let's see what Miami does defensively here. See, they're going to eventually get the ball in Roach's hands. Proctor has it here. Roach in the corner. Another time off that clock.
Roach runs the baseline, 5 to shoot. Filipowski draws a foul. And that will do it for Jordan Miller. So the leading scorer for the Canes in today's game, he's got 19, he fouls out.
Let me tell you this. That was definitely a block. No, that was a block. That was not a charge. That was a block. But the bottom line is, in this situation, if this game goes to overtime, the loss of Miller is a big loss. Played really strong game. He really did. Jim Larranaga talking to his people.
So A.J. Casey, the freshman from Chicago, played at Whitney Young, will come on in place of the 5th-year senior Jordan Miller, who fouls out.
Well, he gets some size, Sullivan Casey, and he's a young kid with a lot of skills. Good, really has a great upside. Came out of Whitney Young High School with Filipowski. The last 3 games, pretty good numbers. I mean, you'd have to go to Duke to figure out that's better than 20 a game. Rebounds, double digits, incredible. And he's on the line. He has a beautiful stroke, he really does. He gets great follow through the rotation. And the Dukies love it. He is big man on campus in many ways, size and talent. He's a BMOC.
And he makes it a two-possession game. Logan Poplar comes back in.
You know, any fouls right here. You know, he scores quickly. Look at John Shire. He's working that sideline. He used to be a brilliant player on the floor. Now he's on that sideline.
Pack brings it up. Timeout, the final one, called by Miami with 15.3 to go. Now it's interesting, without Jordan Miller, he was their best offensive weapon in this game, but Wong hits a couple of second half threes. Pack, of course, can hit a three. Are you thinking try three here to make it a one-point game and maybe take Duke being able to foul you off the table later? I mean, how do you approach this?
Well, you can approach it if you can get a quick score with Deuce. You go for it. Then you foul, you try to steal, foul. We've talked about that for years. But the bottom line is you better convert. You got to convert and you got to do it quickly. I would imagine Pack's going to be the guy that's going to put the ball in the hands. He's explosive. And if the three is there, you shoot the three.
Well, Poplar can shoot the three. Obviously, Pack can shoot the three. And Wong, who had 1 point at halftime, he's only got 7 in the game to this point, but he's made 2 threes in the last half of this half as well. So I mean, he has come alive.
Well, you know, we can talk about he's been a little bit ill, but really, I think when you talk about it, we haven't talked a whole lot about Mitchell. Mitchell did a great job on the defenseman. His size, I really think, bothered him a little bit. Here we go, baby. It's been a good afternoon. It's been a lot of fun. Great environment, 2 quality teams.
That's the way these games normally go. These teams are 5-5 against one another in their last 10 head-to-head games. Last year, Miami won here at Cameron by 2, and then Duke beat them in the ACC tournament by 4.
They beat a great Duke team. Personnel-wise, that was special. A team with Garo, talking about Wendell Moore, Keels. I mean, what a team they were. Griffin, here we go.
Pack lost the dribble. Roach a takeaway and a foul called on Wong.
And Roach on the floor. Roach on the floor. I say, to me, the star of stars, the reason they're going to probably win this game is Mr. Roach. His coming back has given the team such a psychological lift, and he's also done it ability-wise scoring. Here he is right now, a defensive stop. Watch this right here, pop the ball loose, and he's on the floor, gets it and gets fouled. Jeremy Roach. Don't tell me it is important. It is not important having a catalyst and a legitimate big-time point guard, and he is one.
Misses the front end. Omier the rebound. Pack has to hurry. 5 seconds to go. He'll drive it, lean in. High off the glass, he scores. No timeouts for the Canes. 3 seconds remaining. Can Duke get it in? They do to Proctor, and there's the quick foul with 2.3 to go.
See, now in the NBA, if you score here, you get a chance to take the ball at midcourt. You have an option from the baseline or midcourt. There's a little more excitement into the whole package.
Still a 1-and-1.
Kid should be playing and starring in high school. Here he is standing on the court, 2.3 seconds in a 2-point game here at Cameron Indoor Stadium, and one of the elite powers for years in college basketball. What Mike Krzyzewski did in this program, we've said time and time again how special it has been.
Missed it. Here's a chance for Pack from midcourt. Heaves it. Duke holds on, and they win it by 2.
Wow. Timeouts would have helped in these situations. Okay? Exhausted all their timeouts. I'll tell you, Jimmy Larinague's team's going to win a lot of games. But a game like this could give Duke a big boost. Now they're going to make sure that Roach is healthy, and he played about 30 minutes left, did he? Yeah.
And just the game you would expect between Miami and Duke. A 2-point win for the Blue Devils. Stay tuned. Texas A&M and Kentucky is next. For Chris Button and Dick Vitale, I'm Bob Wischusen. So long from Cameron. Now we go to Rupp, Tom Hart, and Jimmy Dykes.